Yeah, I think they're, this is one that at the beginning of the year they identified as a special game. And now that it's here, they're talking about it. They're excited for it.
You talk about the scouting report on Union. Obviously, when you saw them earlier in the year, they might have been a little different team than they are now, and especially comparing them from last year to this year too. It's a different vibe of a Union team, right?
Well, to me, it's a lot of the same. I mean, they work really hard. They jam the net all the time. They're well organized on special teams, and they're a team that came into our building and beat us early in the year. So they have our full attention.
What is it about this game that you think, now that you've been in it for a few years, I mean, what's so special about this game for, either the community, for the team, and why does it get so exciting?
I think it's a rivalry game. It's a real rivalry. They think they should beat us. We think we should beat them. You've got the game being played in a venue which has a long history of pro hockey. There's going to be a big crowd there. A lot of passion in the game. It's a game that you want the young hockey players in the Capital Region to aspire to play in. And it's bragging rights. That's the cherry on top. It's bragging rights against your rivals. So you put all those things together into the same conversation, and it's important.
I'm not going to ask you who you have going in the net, obviously, but with the kind of the battle going on right now, does it make your job easier or harder to pick a goalie? I mean, Owen's playing great now. Alec is finally eligible, and then you have Lyndon, who you've had for a while.
Yep. That challenging selection on who plays in net is exactly what coaches want. You don't want to have guys that aren't performing well and trying to flip a coin. Right now, all three guys have played very well, and that's important, that type of competition. We want to reward good play, and we want to reward guys that are bringing it every day in practice and every game, getting the results, and that makes it a good, hard decision.
Owen's play at this time this year and last year are very similar. Both last year he kind of emerged. This year he's coming off that almost 3 shutout performance. Is that exciting too, to have a guy who has history in this Mayor's Cup and you kind of can include as one of your guys that you brought in? I mean, that's got to be exciting.
Yeah, I think we're long past the my guys, old guys, whatever. I mean, programs and teams evolve, in semesters, in years, and over 2, 3, 4 year periods. So I think it's great that Owen has had such a nice run right now. I think it speaks to what he recognizes as competition, that those other 2 guys are bringing their A game and their effort and attitude. And being an athlete, Owen has been able to rise to the challenge and to the occasion. So yeah, that piece does feel good.
Dave, how does this game set up the last stretch run of, as far as the regular season goes? You're getting some results now that you maybe weren't getting in years past and earlier this year, but how does this game set things up for the rest of the season, you think?
Well, we got 6 weeks of the season left, and the finish line is not today. So this is another opportunity to improve, to grow, to continue to strive to reach our goals. This is not the finish line. The finish line is not the Mayor's Cup, but this is this week's finish line. So let's prepare. Let's get after it. Let's be our very, very best this weekend. And then we've got to keep repeating that process. So we'll see, where the passion is for long-term improvement, because we've improved a lot. And if we can continue that up over this weekend and the next 6 weeks, we're a real good team.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Obviously, we played Union twice this year already, and we split, so I think it's great to get one more go at, especially as a senior at the Times Union Center. It's a great atmosphere. We're excited for it. So,
what's the scouting report saying on them? Obviously, you saw them twice earlier in the season, but it's safe to say they might be a little different team than last time they came in. They were 0-7 or something like that, and now, kind of towards the end of the year, it's a little different.
Yeah, no, they're a good team. They're a really hardworking team. They compete all over the ice, and we know that, and we got to be ready for that and ready to compete with them, because if not, they work real hard. So.
And your class hasn't been able to pull away with the Mayor's Cup. I mean, is that extra fuel to the fire in the sense of we really need this one?
Yeah, it'd be great. We definitely want one. This is our last kick at the can, so I hope we can get one this year. I hope we can find the back of the net this year.
What's kind of the vibe in the team right now, especially coming off of last week's travel week, and then you get one game this weekend? Is this a good kind of energy conserving weekend while still having a huge game?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a reset. Just with one game, we can focus really just on leaving it all out there, leaving it all out. It's a special game for us, so we know all our focus is just there. 6 o'clock Saturday night.
My last one is obviously you're the only local guy on the roster. I mean, have you been telling the guys kind of the history of this game and, you know, how long you've been around it and kind of what it means to the people in the area that aren't part of RPI?
Yeah, I think they kind of feel it too, being a part of it. Obviously not the freshmen yet, but everyone who's played in one knows it's a big deal around here for local hockey, and just the atmosphere alone speaks for itself. So we're excited. We can't wait.